We have actual Jimmy Butler, I'm going to put it in quotes, news, okay? And the reason I'm putting it in quotes is the following, okay? I just had an email chain with the company where they're like 1-800-Flowers is ready to go. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready to threaten America that they got to buy flowers. And what Stugotz put on the email chain was, just tell them you're going to talk more about Jimmy Butler. Because our audience is done with all of the conversation around this, but then a morsel trickles in, and Jeremy and Mike Ryan get engaged. Mike Ryan hasn't wanted to have a Heat conversation. Mike, look, listen to me. Heat fans, spoiled, entitled Heat fans. Yeah. All the obnoxious things that Mike Ryan is as a hurricane, earned and burned through fire, living and slaving at the knee of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh will beat you all. I'll show you. I'll show you. And then all the basketball after that is less interesting because, of course. Because the starting point is the three guys on a stage marching around. You get all the free agents. Yes, Miami against the world. Miami against the world.
Went to 2 finals after those guys left.
Understood. That obnoxious guy is entitled to put the titles in entitled. I beat the Celtics all the time. Don't embarrass me in front of the Celtics. And when you do, okay, I'm out. I'm not interested anymore. Not interested in the conversations. You failed. Bam and hero, not enough. And now Jimmy Butler's at the middle of a mess. And what's the latest reporting? Because when Ramona Shelburne gets in the game, everybody get out of the way. Get out of the way. Because the details, for some reason, when she investigates them, are a little bit spicier than they are anywhere else.
I'm going to read you a passage from the article that she put out just 15 minutes ago that included details like Jimmy staying 30 miles away from the Heat during the 2023 finals and all sorts of discontent. But it says, teammates, coaches, and staffers have already grown weary, sources said. While Heat sources say they expect Butler to return Friday against the Nuggets and are fully prepared for him to play, there remains a palpable dread at what he might do and the environment the ongoing chaos might create. Quote, I don't know how he can come back to this locker room, one source close to the team said. Said another, quote, we don't want him back, unquote. And then a source close to Butler says, Jimmy hasn't even really started.
Are you guys just that jaded? We had palpable dread, chaos. Jimmy hasn't even begun to make shit uncomfortable. He's teased what color he's dyed his hair for tonight. That's a mystery in itself. This is a guy that every franchise in which he's willed his way out of, save for maybe Philadelphia, he has burned it to the ground. And it's usually been behind closed doors. Now he is ending his suspension in the regular season, and reportedly teammates don't want him back, and we may have a Timberwolves practice play out in front of the nation on court in a finals rematch. This is actually fascinating.
And Kevin Love's Instagram has been like the best TV show in 2025 because he has been posting all the way through it, trolling everybody in the process. There was a Boys to Men Photoshop, and then yesterday
this one right
he posts this, which is the I'm not bleeping going anywhere from the Wolf of Wall Street, and it says, live look, Jimmy after his meeting with Mickey, hashtag get my joy back, and Jimmy Butler liked it. So this is what Kevin Love's role has been throughout all of this, which is trying to kind of keep everything mended, where he's trolling Jimmy online. He really has been kind of the connector between the veterans and the young players on this team for a few years. A lot of people give him credit for saving that locker room a couple years ago when they were the 8th seed that went to the finals, because Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler were sort of a separate entity from the rest of those young players. And when he came out at the buyout window and signed with the Heat, it changed a lot of what was going on there. He has been this guy. He's still trying to be this guy. And the Heat gave him credit for speaking up in meetings on this road trip to kind of help them get back together.